We should talk about what's happening with Sony and PlayStation Plus,
Oh,
because what's happening?
oh, that's a good question, Mike. That's a very good question. And that is Sony is raising the PlayStation Plus price up to $40 per year. And I know, Mike, we've talked about this in the past with Xbox. Xbox did something very similar to Game Pass very recently, right?
Yes,
This month, I
they
think
did.
even when, like, kind of, people start noticing the effects of it. Like,
Mhm.
everybody subscribed, right?
I
So,
think so, yeah.
because I think it was like September is like if you already subscribed to Game Pass, it's like that's when the price goes up because you were kind of
That yeah,
grandfathered in a
yeah,
month or something like that.
that's
It's
true.
really
You
weird.
get grandfathered in, and
Yeah,
then now you can't, pretty much. By the
yeah,
time people hear this, they can't.
yeah. And now Starfield's out and stuff too, so like, all right, it's worth it at this point, you know.
And Forza are on the horizon. I'm
It's
just saying.
true, yeah, it's true. Anyways, the cheapest tier is going to be going from $60 to $80 per year. Um, and let's find out more. I pulled this article from The Verge. Emma Roth wrote this one. You know, we reported many Emma articles in the past.
We really
Um,
have.
Sony is raising the price of its PlayStation Plus subscription next month. The service's annual essential plan will go from $60 to $80, the extra plan from $100 to $135, and the premium plan from $120 to $160. The new pricing goes into effect starting September 6th. So very, very soon at the time of writing this. It's like there's no delay with this one. Um, However, similar, I say that, but similar to Game Pass, if you are currently subscribed to PlayStation Plus, Sony's price increase won't take effect until the next renewal date or after November 6th. If you make any changes to your subscription, such as upgrades, downgrades, or buying additional time, you'll have to pay the new rate. So it's kind of like if you stay at your current tier, might
You
get a
stay
little
there for a little bit.
grandfather. Yeah, you might get grandfathered
Yeah.
in for a month. If not, you may have to pay the new rates. Sony says the price hikes will go into effect globally and will allow the company to continue bringing high quality games and value added benefits to the service. It adds that the yearly plans will still come at a discounted rate as opposed to the 1 or 3 month subscriptions that it offers. Launched last year, PlayStation Plus is Sony's answer to Xbox Game Pass, which allows you to play a rotating selection of games each month. For the month of September, PlayStation Plus will include Saints Row, Black Desert Traveler Edition, and Generation Zero. Saints Row. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I've played the game, Mike. I ain't gonna lie. It took me, my boy, like 10 months to beat it, right? Because it just wasn't a priority on the list. Like after the first
Pretty
couple
much.
playthroughs, it's like, all right, well, we'll finish it, but take a little time. Um, so yeah,
Not
I
the heavy
mean,
hitters you would expect from a PlayStation, you know?
yeah, exactly. Like it's just that they really aren't, and it's I mean, it's not the main point of the article, right? But it's like I mean, we could even talk about PlayStation Plus though, and kind of how they're adding that subscription tier to some of them, so you can kind of have the PS Now sort of experience with it, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, do you think like game? This is the thing, and this is how I think about it. Game Pass going up in price is instantly most subscribers are like completely justified. The fact that it was at $15 was honestly a steal, right?
Wild.
And the
Yeah.
fact that it's going
Wild.
up just $2 a month, right? It's completely worth it. And I think most subscribers of Game Pass would agree. But do you think the similar kind of price hike to PlayStation Plus is justified, given that, it's definitely not as valuable of a service as Game Pass, if I'm being honest. It's completely unbiased opinion. It's like, I just think,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't think PlayStation Plus is there, Mike. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Sony is justified in trying to increase the price of this subscription service?
No, I really want to rip apart PlayStation. We've done this a couple of times on the show, only because I want PlayStation to be really, really good for consumers, but they keep taking step backs in my eyes. You know,
Yeah.
it's like the PlayStation Plus increase and everything that they keep doing, like adding this little. Okay, you get like 3 games a month. Cool, rotating games. All right, what are they? They're not that good. So what's the point? Oh, you just want to raise your rates more, and now they're doing it again. Basically, I don't get it, man. I really don't. I also don't like what they're doing with their hardware. We talked about it before. It's like the wireless portable screen in your home only streaming
That
device.
Portal, man. Ugh.
$200 for it. It. I feel like PlayStation is really banking on their consumers not I feel like they're just taking advantage of the consumers, like PlayStation fanboys, because I feel like in gaming, there's really only one diehard fan base at this point, and I think it's PlayStation. I mean, I can't speak in extremes like that. There's always exceptions to that kind of rule, but I feel like they're louder and prouder. I feel like the Xbox fanboys are kind of gone now because of Game Pass, and you can play any game you want, and they really try to like encourage you to also get on PC. You
Right.
know,
No.
whereas PlayStation doesn't do that. It's like we want you to be on console and that's it. We want you to buy the games physically. We want you to have the consoles and everything. Whereas Xbox is just happy you're paying a subscription. They don't care. You
Literally,
know.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Admittedly, PlayStation has better IPs. That's a fact.
I mean, it's single player first party, yes, without a doubt, right?
They do. They do. They really do. But compare $20, $17 Game Pass with basically 1,000 games on 2 different platforms on any device, and you can stream it from your phone, your tablet. That's what the competitor is. That's what Ultimate Game Pass is.
Yeah.
To the essential plan going from $60 to $80 or $100 to $135.
I mean, dude, yeah, that premium plan, 120 to 160. It's like the premium plan, like 120 is like what? I mean, you could probably break it down by month and kind of see, that's what, $10 to 12 a month, something like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now.
So I mean, I guess it's not terrible in that sense, but yeah, man, it's it's PlayStation. The only reason PlayStation still has skin in the game is because of their first party IP, and what they hold. And I mean, with Spider-Man 2 coming out, it's just going to be more of like a powerhouse. But at the same time, they're moving to PC eventually, right? So it's an interesting kind of thing. Eventually, that PlayStation like fan base, I feel like will kind of shrink and mold into PC at some point if they keep this route. Excuse me, if they keep this route of like moving PlayStation games to PC. But it's a weird, interesting thing to say the least.
You know what? I just got more information. Okay. So I went on to the PlayStation.com website and went to PS Plus, PlayStation Plus. And first of all, you open up everything and you can't see the membership costs until you actually add it to your cart. Kind of skeezy.
Interesting.
Yeah. So what they list are for the premium plan. So we're talking the top of the plan, right? This is the one that's going to go from 120 to 160. It's covering monthly games, online multiplayer, exclusive discounts. Okay. Exclusive content. Not a fan, but whatever. Cloud storage. Can't really play on cloud for PlayStation. You got the share play. Game help. Okay, cool. You might have somebody actually like give you lessons and cheats and stuff. That's cool. Game catalog, which I feel like is no different than monthly games or exclusive content. Maybe if you
Yeah.
got the Last of Us game catalog to like help you get through the game, that makes sense. There's a classics catalog and a Ubisoft Plus classics. Okay. You got game trials, probably for free, and then cloud streaming. And yeah, those numbers are $17 a month, $18 a month. But when you look at the games, it's I'm not sure if it's all that worth it. Still. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of games. It's just I still feel like Xbox is the better deal, and I'm trying not to be biased against PlayStation because I really want them to make a Sony TV with PlayStation in it. But like I really want that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Microsoft was first to the game, and they kind of perfected it with how many publishers they have under their umbrella and how many they're getting after this Activision Blizzard deal.
It's very true. Yeah.
The good news is the tie-in the Ubisoft Plus Classics.
Yeah.
I wonder if they can sign a deal with Ubisoft to have the Activision Blizzard streaming rights as well.
Yeah, I'm sure they could, right? I think that could certainly open some doors there. Yeah, I mean, I think, the library is obviously, I think, lacking a little bit still, but for me, like, this is the thing. If PlayStation, if they had some sort of integration with the PC market the way Xbox does, it'd be a different story. I think for people like me too, who are because like I'm all PC at this point, right? Like I don't have a Series X, I don't have a PS5, not yet at least. But it's like, And granted, putting stuff on PC obviously lowers console sales, but I think overall, and I hope Microsoft has proven that, I mean, at that point, once you get a subscription model that works on anything, I mean, you're making so much money at that point that console sales are a drop in the bucket, right? So I think, I think for me, ideally, if Sony was to release these on PC as well somehow, I mean, they would eventually get neck and neck with Xbox again. I think the competition would be there. Because for me, the only way I'm still so bullish on Xbox is because they are so invested in the PC market. I feel like Sony isn't, which is unfortunate. And I wish Sony games came out on PC at a quicker rate. I wish it wasn't as long of a timed exclusive for a lot of these launches, right? Because Spider-Man sounds like a year. I mean, we're talking Days Gone was 4, but that's before they started really working on kind of bringing their games to PC. So it'd be nice, I think, if they eventually kind of migrate and try to incorporate PC in a more kind of one-to-one level and day and date kind of level that Xbox has. So I'd certainly be more excited about kind of PlayStation stuff and maybe would justify these kind of price hikes a little bit more in my eyes. But, if you're in the PlayStation market, I mean, if you're diehard PlayStation, maybe this isn't that much of an issue for you. So I don't know. I mean, it's hard for us to speak on it, I think, to a certain extent because we're not as invested with the PlayStation ecosystem. But True. I mean, I don't know. Overall, I think, just at least from a PC gamer's perspective like mine, it's hard for me to be oh yeah, that now I'm that much more inclined to try and get a PlayStation, service right now. It's just not there for me.
Yeah, I think that's really where you and I are hung up on the whole PlayStation Plus. It's not in PC, like you said. Them raising rates to essentially compete against Xbox, I don't think it makes much sense unless you're. It's do they really value their IPs that much, their brand new IPs? Because I went to their PlayStation Plus catalog just a second ago, even the premium plan, and I didn't see things like Spider-Man there. And I would imagine it's if your selling point for PlayStation Plus, it should be your newest and biggest IP at the time.
I mean, yeah, right.
Yeah, I didn't really see that. I didn't see Last of Us, although it probably is. I would expect that. Yeah. I didn't see it. That wasn't the first thing I saw. Whereas if you compare that to Xbox Game Pass, the first things you see is the Master Chief. You're going to see Forza. You're going to see Gears of War even. They haven't had a game in what feels like 20 years. And it's they have Gears of War up on there.
I mean, dude, newest IP, Starfield. If you open the Xbox app on PC, facts. There is a tab dedicated to Starfield. That
Day one Game Pass. That's their favorite thing in the world.
Which surprised me because I updated the Xbox app today in preparation of pre-ordering, and it's you open it and you just see a Starfield tab under Games, Library, Home, the major nav menu. It's it's just there, right? So yeah, they're promoting that IP. I really give them props for.
Yeah. All of it too, and I do feel like the cloud streaming for Xbox is going to be a little bit better for now, but I don't know, man. I just feel like the way PlayStation's been making moves lately, it's been trying to keep up with Xbox and their streaming software, and also trying to get more out of their consumers, their customers.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
I feel like it's a one-sided relationship. They just keep raising rates and trying to get more out of you.
Which I feel like a lot of people, especially if you're in that ecosystem, will probably pay, right? But we'll see.
I mean, we can get into the Apple ecosystem. That's perfection on
literally.
Ecosystems.
That's
yeah.
That's.
I mean, I feel like they're trying to be the Apple of gaming. Really,
can't
Yeah, Nintendo's kind of like that, bro.
Yeah.
Me, I got a droid. Call me that guy.
But that's ancient too, but I give you props, your loyalty to that phone.
that phone is 5 years old. Yeah. It's finally the camera's finally given out. Software issues.
Oh man.
Because they're up in the software, but I got the old hardware, so it slows down.